Welcome to another episode of Core Discussions. My name's Legacy.
And my name's Max.
Vitamin J.
And Hunter.
All right, so today we're going to do something different. We tried to do it last year, but the audio or something messed up.
Some technical difficulties.
Which is fine. So then we're just going to say we were all right, and we completely picked it, and we all picked the Rams versus the Bengals.
Yep,
you know,
had it.
Right, gentlemen?
Yep, sure did.
How'd you know?
Absolutely right. So we're going to be doing an NFL preview and show our predictions. We are going to go conference by conference, each division who we think is going to win. And we're also going to go into playoffs, tell you who we think is going to win the playoff, who's going to win Super Bowl, break down the awards, kind of an all around. We are big NFL fans. And all right. So, gentlemen, are you ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
You want to start with the AFC?
Yeah, we're going to do AFC first. Let's go ahead. Start with the division I feel we're most going to agree on.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to go with the AFC East.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Well,
So I think
as we were
we're
saying.
all in agreement that the Jets are going to be at the bottom of that division.
I was hoping you were going to joke and say I think we're all agreeing that the Jets will be the top of that
Yeah, that's
division
what I thought
this
you were
year.
going to say.
What we all doing is we're going.
Yeah.
What do you think?
We'll just go. Yeah, we'll just go one by one. All right.
Yeah.
So, Vitamin J, how do you have that division
So
playing out?
I'm not doing anything different. Buffalo up top, they're going to have about 13 wins.
Mhm.
I do have Miami second with 11 wins. And then New England is right. New England's third, but they're going to have like 10 wins, And then the Jets, though, they're going to have like 4 wins.
Oh, me and you were almost the exact same. Everything is the same as you, except Jets 5 wins.
So you had 13, 4, 11, 6, 10, 7. That's funny.
Yeah, I didn't really do win totals, but like I have Buffalo winning the division, then Miami, Patriots, and then of course the Jets.
It's just
But I don't think New England's going to only go win 8 or 9 games.
like New England. I can see them being second, but like just the talent of having Tyreek and Jalen, that's just insane. And they got the running backs, Kenyon Drake, right?
No, Kenyon Drake's
Kenyon
still-
Drake.
Oh, I'm sorry. Who's the running back there? Is it still Gaskin?
He's still there, but
No.
they did get somebody. Who
They
was it?
did sign somebody, right?
It's Chase Edmonds.
Thank you. That's
Chase
the one.
Edmonds, that's
I knew it was a receiving back. All right, yeah, Chase Edmonds. So he's pretty good when he is
Well,
healthy.
I think they also have Sony Michelle too. So
Yep.
Yeah. I went with the Bills number 1. Number 2, I went with the Dolphins just because the firepower they have. I think I don't think Tua's going to be crazily impressive. I think he's going to be good enough. You have
Yeah,
Tyreek Hill,
all you gotta
Jalen
do
Waddle.
is
I
throw-
think he's good enough.
Yeah. All you gotta do is throw screens or like a 3-yard slant, and let them do it.
Mhm.
I mean, he's got Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill. I mean,
Yeah, I think the coaching staff's pretty good, though they are they switched head coaches, but I still think they should be good on that aspect. I had the Pats go. I didn't do games either. I then had the Pats go obviously third, and the Jets are going to be fourth.
yeah,
I honestly have the Patriots missing playoffs this year.
yeah. I mean,
I think the fact is last year they spent a lot of money on receivers. Some of it I didn't agree with because I didn't think it elevated enough. I think they're gonna take a step back, and I think they're gonna win about 8-9 games, and they're
not to
just gonna miss
mention,
playoffs.
Who's
and
our
a lot.
coordinator? I mean, is it Matt Patricia? That's not good.
Yeah.
Technically, what has been Bill Belichick has been hush about it, but he said it is going to be. Dang it, the Detroit Lions.
Joe, Matt Patricia?
No, that's my
No, Matt Patricia calling offensive plays has been what the rumor is, and
Yeah.
it's not been really confirmed who's calling the plays. And I think Josh McDaniels is going to be missed a little bit more than we're predicting. I think it's going to be a lot of things are up in the air with the coaching staff. I think they can grind games out, but I don't think they have the offensive firepower they need. I really was hoping that Calvin Ridley wouldn't have had a situation because I know they were going to trade for him. That was a big rumor, and I was hoping they were going to get Calvin, and I felt that would have elevated them to the next level. And also with losing J.C. Jackson, though I feel they usually get corners, I wasn't upset about that. Well, I was upset, but not like I think they usually can find new corners, but I just think they just don't have the offense. I think the offense is just not.
Well, I'm kind of
slow
wondering how much
here.
better Mac Jones is going to be.
I think he might regress a little this year.
I just don't know.
Well,
I
he's
think
good.
He's good. I just don't think it's a great offensive system.
that, and I think I personally don't see him getting much better than what he was last year. He'll get smarter and know stuff, but I don't know. I think he's consistent, but he's not going to like win you games. Is kind of how I feel about him.
Yeah, same. I think. Well, with these other teams, just have so much more firepower that I think it's going to be. There's only so much that I think you can.
Well, I mean, if the Dolphins fail to make playoffs, then Tua's getting replaced.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, absolutely. I definitely agree with that.
Oh yeah, there's no.
Yeah, there's no reason. There's no excuse to lose or to not produce when you have one. It's going to be a Kyle Shanahan-like system, and that's always good for quarterbacks. Then you got Tyreek, you got Jalen Waddle, Mike Gesicki, and they have another receiver that I thought they signed. Oh, the Cowboys guy, Cedric Wilson. And I'm sure they got Preston Wilson's not bad either. So the offense, he has no excuses this year. If he doesn't get it done, then they're going to be either getting a free agent or drafting somebody.
We will see. All right, we're gonna go.
Where's your Jets analysis? We don't have any Zach Wilson believers here.
No, not at all.
Nope.
I don't think. I know everybody like the draft was like, oh, they've improved the most. I'm sorry, they weren't that good to begin
Max,
with.
this isn't a MILF league, so
Right. I honestly think if you started Zach Wilson 16 games and started Joe Flacco 16 games, I don't really think it's going to make a difference of their record.
probably not. I will say, I like to give Zach Wilson some time, but
Well, yeah, I mean, you would obviously play Zach Wilson, but like I don't know. I wasn't too impressed last year. He has a good arm, but the Jets don't seem to know how to make quarterbacks. So
yeah, I don't think you gave him the thing with a rookie quarterback or a young quarterback like that. If they're gonna really have a great year, they need to have a lot of weapons. Who on earth is their star weapon? Who's his star weapon? Anybody?
I mean, they got Elijah Moore's
Moore.
second year,
And then they draft a receiver too.
yeah, that's right, Garrett Wilson, Ohio State.
Yeah, let's say they drafted one. Yeah.
Weaponry there has improved, but still, I don't see them winning.
But it's
more than
not
5.
good enough where it's like usually they have like a couple Pro Bowl. You need like a Pro Bowler, or
Right.
you go into a great situation where it's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, you're gonna be guns blazing.
I mean, so we'll keep it short on the Jets. Sorry, Jets fans, this will also not be your year.
The one thing I am interested in the Bills with losing Brian Daboll.
Yeah, they'll still win this division.
Oh,
Josh
they're
Allen's-
still they're very well talented. I'm just interested in how the offense is going to move without him.
Yeah.
Oh.
Josh Allen's going to be pushing. I mean, I'm not saying anything. I'm not going on a limb here, but he'll be pushing MVP again.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to go next. Let's go to, I think, the one that we kind of all care about the least. AFC South.
Yep. For this one, I got the Colts winning the division this year just because I believe the Titans got worse. I don't really know how good the Colts are, but the Titans getting rid of A.J. Brown, I think, is really going to hurt that offense. So I have them being second, and I do have Jacksonville being third because I think Doug Peterson and Trevor Lawrence combination is going to be better. Still not going to be a winning record. I have them at 6-11, but that's still a step up from last year. And then I have Houston being last because I'm sorry, I don't care how many people want to talk them up. I don't think Davis Mills is going to do much.
Yeah, I really wish he quit copying me.
Well,
I had Houston.
I feel like most people have that order in that division.
I have Houston third just because Jacksonville's so incompetent. They always manage to end up last. So
yeah,
I'm just going to keep it that way. That is one of the worst running franchises. So I don't know. We'll see.
But I think the most interesting thing here is the Colts and Jaguars be the most interesting to see because I got Jacksonville got a new coach, Colts got the new quarterback. So I think it'll be interesting. And plus the schedule for each one of these teams in that division is not that tough this year if you look at who they're playing. What's going to hurt the Colts is the potential of now Shaquille Leonard missing a significant portion of the season. That's probably going to hurt a little bit.
So 10 of the last 11 seasons, Jacksonville has finished third or fourth, and they finished fourth, fifth, 5 of the past 6. The only season being that one season they went to the AFC Championship.
So if anyone has them finishing first or second in the division, it's not happening.
I don't know what you're saying. I'm right there with you. I was honestly flipping between the Colts and Titans because honestly, I didn't really think Matt Ryan's that much of an upgrade
I don't think so either.
of a quarterback, really, or at all. But I think the Titans just lost them not having A.J. Brown is going to be a bigger effect because now And because they got Robert Woods, who's coming off
He'll
of
be-
what was he, torn
He'll be
ACL?
consistent, but he's not the game changer that AJ Brown is.
He's also coming off an injury,
Right,
And
Yeah.
he's coming to be a number one where he's never.
Right.
He was like
And-
a 1/2 at Rams.
And supposedly the Traylon Burks who they got to replace AJ Brown isn't doing that well in camp, which I know Jamar Chase didn't do well in camp last year, so you can't always go by that. But by all accounts that I've seen, that he's been pretty disappointing.
And I think Taylor's going to do well enough. I am still questioning the Colts, Mike Pittman Jr. being a number one. I think he's a good 2. I don't think he's a number 1 receiver. But
I think
it's a bad
I think
division.
what's going to be, I mean, Naheem Hines is going to get a lot more targets this year because Matt Ryan likes to check down more than Wentz did. But in the end of the day, Wentz is better in the red zone than Matt Ryan has been. So I think that could hurt them. They do have Jonathan Taylor. But receiver-wise, they drafted Alec Pierce in the second round, but rookie, you never really know.
Yeah, apparently he's standing out. Though.
Yeah, but who knows? When you get the pads on and playing a real game, sometimes it's different. So he could be good, but like besides Michael Pittman, they don't really have any names. I mean, the tight ends, Mo Alley Cox is the best one they
and
got.
also stands on Paris Campbell. If he can stay healthy, he's really pretty good.
Yeah. Hey, he got hurt on a touchdown catch last year, so that was he hurt his foot.
He just can't stay healthy, man.
No.
I'm also with you guys of the Jags. I had the Jags third. I think Etienne being back, I think a massive upgrade in coaching.
Oh, Doug Peterson compared to Urban Meyer. Are you kidding?
Yeah, I think
That's not close.
I feel we're gonna see more of the Trevor Lawrence we were hoping to see last year. This year, granted, the Kirk. I think he'll be better. He's better, an improvement.
Better than what they had, but
I
still
don't think that
huge
was a
overpay.
great-
He better have like 1,300 yards and close to 10 touchdowns to even come close to justifying that contract.
Yep.
Yeah.
Screwed the receiver market for years now, like that.
Yep.
Yeah. Thanks.
But I do think of this conference, the Jaguars have been interesting because of all the changes. So they'll be kind of like, I guess, the wild card of that division. Because if like Trevor Lawrence has a huge second year jump, then they could be. Because the defense is not bad in Jacksonville. They got pretty decent defense there. James Robinson's coming back up with Achilles or something like that, so that could be interesting. But like you said, Etienne's coming back. And then, like you said, Doug Peterson is going to be huge for Trevor Lawrence because Trevor Lawrence last year was one of the worst quarterbacks in the league, and I would imagine he's going to have a significant improvement on that.
Oh, yeah. I think so. I don't see it going down.
Jacob's like, nah, they're going to be fourth because the Cons own them and they suck.
Yeah, well, yeah, just because they don't know how to run a franchise. So I had them at 6 wins, and Houston will have 7. I just think that thick neck of Davis Mills will will them to 7 wins.
Okay, I mean, I have the Jags at. I didn't put it down, but I was thinking like probably Jags at 6.
I got
Houston
Jags 6.
at like 3. I got
them at 5.
I was like, you
like this
putting them both at
division
6 and 7. You putting a lot of wins on there.
Yeah, I have
happen.
the Colts only having 11 wins, so I just don't have faith in that division. Titans.
I got Colts at 10 and 7.
Titans will be 9 and 8. So
that's what I got too. Probably
Houston will surprise people to 7 wins. Nice and cute.
That will be a surprise. Jay, this is a big year for your boy Ryan Tannehill.
Trying to over the hill. Thank you.
Wow.
If he can pull them and do some work, and really.
Last year, I know he had a lot of injuries last year, but last year was not a good year for him.
Malik Willis looking good in the preseason, so
Malik Willis, he's about 2 years away, I think. But I think he got 2 more years of Tannehill.
Pretty much, but
that contract definitely.
Maybe Mike Vrabel impresses us again and wins that.
If they win that division, I'll be surprised. Just because I just think offensively they will get Derrick Henry back, and we'll see what happens with that. Henry
runs crazily again.
Because sometimes when a running back gets hurt, they keep getting hurt. But I'm hopefully not because I love seeing him stiff arm people. But if he's hurt again this year, that offense I think is going to be putrid.
You would have to add Dontrell Hilliard or whatever because he would be because he was good the few games he replaced Derrick Henry. But obviously it's not Derrick Henry, but that would be the fantasy ad for sure.
And I will say here's the thing: I don't think it's going to be too crazy for the Titans to win because I don't think the Colts are really that much better.
I agree.
Or that great. I really think it's And I would say one. I mean, granted, he hasn't had an injury. Knock on wood. Not hoping, but Taylor goes down. Then the Colts are like, who knows with that team? Yeah. Or if Henry has a season like he did 2 years ago, puts this team on his back.
My picking Colts winning the division more had
Yeah.
to do with the Titans getting worse.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If the Titans still had AJ Brown, I would have had the Titans on top.
Yeah, I think I would have. As
Yeah.
well.
All right. We're gonna go to our next division. We're going to do the AFC North. Just because I think the AFC West is gonna have the most to talk about really with that division.
Yeah.
All right. So I have it going. My number one is the Bengals. I have the Ravens second, Steelers third, and Browns fourth. I have both. When we go into it, I have both the Browns and Steelers missing playoffs.
Yeah, I got
I
Browns
think-
Steelers missing playoffs.
Okay, you guys can kind of go. Everybody kind of same way.
Ravens, Bengals, Steelers, Browns.
Okay, cool. Let's go
Yeah.
first with the Browns. Main reason Deshaun Watson's gone 11 games. I think that's
Yeah. He's only
granted,
gonna play
he should
6.
be gone the season. I will think
Yeah.
he should have been
Well,
suspended the whole season.
I think the
but
NFL,
I think that's too
I
many
think the
games for him
NFL
to
is
come back.
so see through when they pick his first game back as the Texans. Like, come
I
on.
know. It's like, come on.
Well, the other one, his first game back was going to be the Panthers.
But yeah, the NFL having him come back against the Texans was just like it's just a money grab.
Yeah, because like
for
how
ratings.
often is someone suspended 11 games?
11.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw some BS explanation like, oh, they chose that because they need 6 games for his contract to hold to the next
You
season.
can make the numbers fit however you like it. They made it fit on
Mhm.
purpose for that game to
Yeah.
get him back that game.
Yeah.
True. I'm like, you just add 5 more games. Like,
I
come on.
still had the Browns above the Steelers just because I just don't know what the Steelers
Nah.
look like, and so I had the
I think the
Steelers only had
Steelers
like 5
defense-
wins.
Well, because my thing about the Steelers is that I know I understand that Mr. Trubisky as their quarterback, but how much worse could he be than Ben Roethlisberger's been the last 2 years? And they
Well, I don't-
still made playoffs last year.
I think just because I'm with you,
That
I
defense
don't
is
think
nasty.
I don't think Trubisky's going to be quarterback for long. I think
No, Kenny Pickett will start at
Pickett's
some
going to
point.
take it early. I think he's going to take, if not the beginning of the season. I don't think Trubisky's that.
They'll start Trubisky for a little bit. I do have them just because Mike Tomlin has never had a losing record. I do have them being 9-8 just because that defense is very good. And like Hunter said, Ben Roethlisberger was just not very good the past 2 years. Statistically, it looked okay, but when you watched him play, it was not pretty.
And they have pretty good weapons. So I will.
They do.
even
And they
when-
just got another one apparently with George Pickens.
and they
Mhm.
learn. They know how to draft receivers. like
Nobody
nobody's
drafts
business.
receivers better than the Steelers. The antithesis of that would be your Patriots.
Yeah, 100%.
Mm.
I don't know who they pay. I wish they.
And of course, the
They
one
can
that had
hire
been,
that
of course,
guy.
the Patriots receiver who has been looking good in training camp, the rookie broke his collarbone or whatever.
It is what it
Yeah.
is.
But yeah,
What about the Bengals, Max? They draft good receivers.
they do, but not for as long of a time as the Steelers have.
It is banger after banger. They
But yeah,
just
Bengals
keep-
do a good job. But Steelers have done it like
no,
it's
banger
almost
after
every
banger.
time they draft a receiver, besides like the rare miss with like Lima Swede.
Yeah, so it's like they had Chase Claypool. I mean, Deontay Johnson.
Johnson.
Yeah, even Juju's good.
Juju.
Juju is solid.
Daniel Brown, Mike Wallace.
It was like, they didn't matter. They were hitting it. They were hitting out the park. We can get into this Ravens versus Bengals. Bengals have done the one thing we all knew they needed to do: improve that
Good
line,
line,
which
yeah.
that's huge. I could see because the Bengals are going to have a harder schedule this year,
Yeah.
or retrospectively supposed to, because they're going to have a first
Mhm.
place
place
schedule. They are going to have a harder schedule, but I think with the growth, Jamar Chase now has another year. Granted, he had a ridiculous year last year.
He could
Their
get better.
chemistry is probably going to be even better. Burrow played a full year. I know there's still a Super Bowl hangover, but I think that's gonna help them and propel them. And Ravens, the question I think is their receiving core.
Yeah.
I feel like I think they're gonna bounce back and have them making playoffs, but I think that's where I'm still like,
Yeah.
there's their weakness.
Well, I think for the Ravens, what they do, and they said they're going to go back to more of the 2019 offense when he won the MVP. So it's great for regular season. You are going to win a lot of games with that in a regular season. The question becomes in the playoffs, does that work? And so far, it has not. You can come up with whatever reason you want for it. But I do agree that as long as they run this type of offense, they're never going to attract any good free agent wide receiver. Because why would they want to play for an offense that doesn't throw the ball? They're going to have to draft guys to play for them.
They might as well just draft receivers who can run.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because even Marquise Brown, when they traded him, he said he asked for a trade because he said this offense doesn't need me. because it's true for that offense to work, you don't really need good wide receivers.
No.
You just need good tight ends and run blocking because Lamar Jackson's such a freak athlete that he'll make it work.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, again, the question is, will that win you a Super Bowl? I don't know that it can. But I will agree that they'll still win 10+ games. They still will.
Oh yeah, they always. Even last year, with the
they were
injuries to
still
running
8
back,
and
they were
9, I
pretty-
think.
Yeah, they were still pretty good. I am going to the AFC West. This is where it's going to get interesting. I would let Matt, who is it? Hunter, do you want to lead it off and tell your?
I got to think about this. This is such a tough division. I think I still going with the Chiefs first. Then I'm going Chargers second, but I think this is by far the best division.
Yep.
Oh, I mean, this could possibly be the best division we've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, like Derek Carr is the worst quarterback in this division, and he's not a bad quarterback at all. I guess it's insane.
I do have the Chargers on top. Yeah, Chargers, Chiefs, Vegas, and Denver. One team's going to have to disappoint, so I'm picking Denver to be that team.
Mm-hmm.
So
I got the Raiders being 9-8.
I got them 10-7.
That defense still isn't good for the Raiders.
Yeah.
I actually have the Broncos, Chiefs, Chargers,
Jeez.
Raiders.
So you have the Raiders as the disappointing one. Because one,
yeah, but I think because I have 3 of the 4. I think the Raiders just barely. Because I'm with Max. I think that defense, out of all those teams, their defense hasn't I think they didn't climb it. Whereas the Broncos have amazing defense. Chiefs is good enough, but they score quite a bit. And then Chargers made a lot of moves that I think that's going to be.
I say that Chargers, especially getting Khalil Mack on the defense, the defense is going to be.
Well, they had him, and then Jackson went there. And
J.C. Jackson,
J.C. Jackson, which that's a big.
I do love how in the offseason, every one of those teams, I guess maybe besides the Chiefs, made a big trade. And Broncos traded for Russell Wilson, of course. Then the Chargers okay, all right, Khalil Mack, and we'll sign J.C. Jackson. Raiders all right now. Devontae Adams, Chandler Jones.
They all just kept okay, we're going to keep one-upping every.
This division is going to be an absolute bloodbath. I think the Raiders be last year because I don't see them stopping Mahomes, Wilson, or Herbert. Yeah. And that's 6 games right there. So that could really hurt, especially if they go 2-4, 1-5 in the division. That's not going to help.
Yeah, because the Raiders by far are the worst division or worst defense in that division.
Yeah, yeah. The other 3 have the Chiefs probably had the second worst, but it's still not bad.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think it would just suck if your team was in that division.
Well, I think the other 3 teams. I think Raiders fans are the ones who crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, any other division, you guys are probably
the other 3.
You're over there looking. If you're the Raiders, man, why can't we be in the AFC? AFC South. We would. I
mean, if you're a Chiefs fan, you're like, we have Mahomes, we're good, baby. And the Chargers fans, we got Herbert, we're good, baby. Broncos, we got Russell Wilson, we're good. Or sorry, for Russell Wilson to be, let's ride. 20, mother, and I tell you.
I mean, he's winning. He got Sierra, so
he is. But you can't say
something like that.
I'm sorry, Russ. I'm an NC State fan, but man, ever since you got to the NFL, you've been cool.
And then he lies in his speeches to colleges about how he was treated at NC State.
He straight up. Then he gave Tom O'Brien a country accent when he's from the north.
Yeah, he just straight up his whole all his speeches about his baseball career. Just assume he's lying because he
Yeah, I like him. He's a very good quarterback, but man, let's call a spade, brother. You are corny. Stop it. You will finish second in the division, though.
No, he's winning it.
No, they're last, baby.
Last. Who's winning that division?
That's Jacob's take. Okay, that's Jacob's take, huh?
One team's got to disappoint, and I think I don't know. It's maybe the Raiders will be all right, and then Denver, yeah.
No. Here's why. Also,
watch it be Kansas City.
The last 2 years, when a big name quarterback moved to a team that we all looked at and said, "Man, if you switch that quarterback, they are doing well." Look at what happened with the Buccaneers when they got Brady. Last year, the Rams get Stafford. I think Broncos are that team this year. So you think it's going to
be 3 years in a row where that happens?
Right. I think they're going to do well because it keeps being great team with receiving a lot of receivers. Yep. They have a great defense. We all knew Drew Lock is what's holding that team back.
Jerry Jeudy, I think is going to be a good fancy pick.
Yep.
I don't know. I think he's going to be okay.
But Jerry Judy's going to get more catches though.
Maybe
he's a better route runner.
I think they both eat.
Oh, they both eat. And then they got the 2 running backs, the good defense. Jacob, you're wrong. They're not. They're going to win.
We'll
at least
see.
10 games.
We'll see. Y'all questioned my Arizona pick last year, so and
Yeah, 'cause I think the
pretty
Chargers
good.
and the Broncos gonna have similar records.
Yeah.
Chargers gonna have 13 wins, Kansas City 12. It's gonna be a neck and neck.
My thing again with the Chiefs, I'm interested. I think they're still going to do well. Also, why I think they were going to be second. I think Tyreek Hill, them not having Tyreek Hill, is going to cost them a game because that over the top, they don't really like. They got. I think Juju's good as a 2, but they don't have like them having that deep play over the top.
Well, let me put it this way: if they don't have Tyreek, they're not winning that game against the Bills in the playoffs that they did. He catches the ball and he gets 15 more yards than he should because he's just that fast. I know they got Valdez-Scantling this year to be the speedster, but nobody matches Tyreek Hill's speed. No, his play speed especially. I mean, he's just not doing it. And plus, Scantling had Aaron Rodgers, so it's not like he has some scrub at quarterback holding him back.
Yeah,
So,
he just left the 2-time MVP.
Right. So I think he's 3-time now, ain't he?
Well, I'm saying like the past 2 years.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I just don't see like him becoming a 1,000-yard receiver just because he's on the Chiefs now.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can't depend on him. Like, I'm not as scared about him as I was 4-time.
Not even close.
The biggest question for the Chiefs, which has been for the past few years, is the running game. Ever since they got rid of Kareem Hunt, the running game hasn't been that great.
I can already tell you if Edwards-Helaire starting, it's gonna be trash.
All right, we're not gonna do playoffs yet.
We'll do it at the end.